All right, what is going on? I got something cool. Yeah, T-Display P4. So I bought this a little bit ago, and of course had to be kept impatient and wait for 72 years for this to come from China. But alas, today it finally showed up. So just wanted to do a quick, do the quick unboxing bit, kind of show you what comes, so I can finally fiddle with it. Because the problem I always have with these things is I get them and then immediately start messing with it, and then you guys don't get to see any of that stuff. So I unwrapped it, but here we go. Still got the peel on there, pretty fancy. We'll set that right there for now. See what else is in the backs. So we got this external antenna. This has like a weird antenna connector in here, and this kind of just like sits in this. I've seen where they make adapters, so you can adapt this to be regular like SMA. So if you wanted to use your fancy antennas, you totally can. But that's pretty much it. That's all that comes in the box. Nice little box. I love all Lilygo's boxes for stuff. Like they're so handy. I usually cheat and I just spray paint the top white and then put a label on top of it, and then boom, free box for holding stuff. So pretty handy for that. So yeah, here's everything we get in the box. You get the T-Display P4 and the antenna and some foam if you're into that. I don't know. Some people like weird stuff. Foam's fun. So the thing's pretty sick. It has a ton of expansion on it. So this actually has two different ESP32s on it. It has the ESP32 P4, which is the main processor that does all the big brain thinking. And then it has another microcontroller. It has the ESP32-C6 Mini. So the main ESP32 handles the display and the touch input and all that stuff, and then the other one is just another microcontroller that you can do other stuff with, I assume. I don't know. I don't know a ton about this stuff. What I do know is that Chaboy Andy Kirby has a firmware for this, and we're going to try that out. So first thing, I just wanted to pop it out of the box to kind of show you guys. Here, we'll do the peel. Ooh, yeah, that's good stuff. Look how shiny that is. So there's two different versions of this you can get. There is a TFT one, and then there is an OLED one. The OLED one has a 1080 camera that's on the back. The TFT one has one that's in the screen. So there's like a little punch hole camera that's right there. So I went for the OLED one because I love OLED, and I think it's awesome. You know, I think it's pretty cool. So that's the one I went with, and then yeah, I just think it looks pretty sick. So let's power on and take a look. See, takes a minute. I mean, we're still just using like a 300 megahertz processor, so you can't get too crazy with it. Oh, there it is. Lilygo. Man, the screen is nice. Oh. 33 frames a second, bud. What you know about that? But yeah, so it's got tons of expansion. It's got USB-A. It has Ethernet, which, oh my gosh, that's kind of cool. One day when I figure out how to do smart guy stuff, I'm going to I'm gonna do things with this, because having Ethernet on board, it has Wi-Fi, 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, as well as built-in SX. Gosh, the LoRa. It's got the LoRa chip, the SX 1262. So it has LoRa. It does. When you pick it, you do have to pick based on your frequency range in your area. So they have an 866, a 915, and a 920. So I got the 915. But this is it. It's just a little touchscreen guy. You move around and do stuff. It's got settings button, which currently doesn't do anything. I don't know. Has a camera. Look at that. Oh, hey, check it out. Camera and a camera. You know what? I'm filming all these videos on this from now on. Good luck, everybody. Hey, welcome to my channel. Just kidding, I wouldn't do that. Maybe I would. I don't know. It's got a little tester thing. You can see all the different inputs. So, see the version, all that stuff. Touch test. This is a capacitive touchscreen. So, 10 point, I think is what it said. The OLED is so nice, though. It's so pretty. Yeah, super cool. Yeah, lots of other little dinguses and stuff like that. It has a 6-axis IMU and accelerometer, so it can detect all your like movements and stuff like that. Has a magnometer built in, so you can have a good compass. GPS, microphone. It's got a real-time clock. Like I said, it has the other ESP32. I'm not sure how most of this works. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I don't know software very much. I do hardware stuff as much as I can. But I'm still learning, so bear with me. I have a couple things that I need to definitely learn some software stuff for, and this will definitely be one of them. So after I get a little bit of playtime with this, this is pretty much it. There's not much else in here. There's a music player. Has music. Apparently, it doesn't work, so I don't know about that. I mean, it has a speaker, but I don't hear anything. You hear anything? Yeah, I didn't think so. Let's see. Apparently it does some AI stuff. It uses RISC-V computing stuff. So you can port things over to it from what I'm told. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. So I'm pretty excited to start messing with it and try it out. Like the I/O is insane. 2 USB ports. It has a high speed that talks to the inside. Speaker, microphone, GPIO. It's got a UART connector for the internal C6 controller and stuff. So there's a ton of stuff that's going to be really cool with this. So just wanted to get you the quick unboxing so you guys can kind of see what I got. And then later on, I'm gonna start fiddling with this today. I'm gonna flash MeshOS to it and see what all that's about, and then we'll go from there. But all right, I'll catch you guys later. All right, so we're back with our T-Display. I've had some time to screw with it for a little bit, and it's pretty sweet. Like, the thing is super cool. I got some coolness from our boys over at DigiKey. So I got these adapters. As you can see, I also got MeshOS on there from Chaboy Andy. So it's pretty cool. This is the MeshOS stuff. You got basic, just mesh core. You can go in and you can send messages and all that stuff. Works just like anything else. Add channels. It's pretty basic. There's not a whole ton. I will say that typing on this is so hard because I got big old meat hands. Hey, and it worked. Look at that. I sent a message, got a repeat. Perfect. So it is pretty cool. So far, though, it's pretty lacking in features. Like, I don't have the SD card in it, but even if I did, like, the mapping thing is a little sketch. GPS, I haven't actually gotten it to do anything. Whether or not that's on me, or whether or not that's something to do with the firmware, probably, I'm not sure. It tends to get stuck sometimes in places. So that's a little weird. Mostly, actually, honestly, it was usually just GPS is where it got stuck. It does have a file manager. I don't have the SD card in it, so it's not doing anything. I have no idea what this push-to-talk thing is, so I haven't figured that out. I press it, and it shows it's transmitting, but I don't know. This is one of those situations where it's like, it's really hard to get the back button. Honestly, one of the things I liked the most is the terminal. And I kind of just left this open, because it's a constant feed of everything that's going on in the mesh. So most of the time I was actually using this, I just had this set up, just plugged in with USB, and just have the terminal readout. It's nice. You can just kind of like see what's going on in the mesh. You can see people sending messages. You can see when you're getting adverts, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Other than that, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't feel, it's not at a point currently where I can replace anything. Is it cool? Yeah, super duper cool. Would I buy it again? Probably, because I'm a sucker. But would I recommend anybody else buy it? Not quite yet, if you're planning on using it for the mesh stuff. However, if you are a fan of MeshTris, which is definitely not made by AI, it's pretty fun. It's Tetris. You guys get it? Tetris, but with the mesh. You guys get it? It's awesome. But yeah, so that's that. Other than that, I mean, it's cool. The camera works. You can take pictures and stuff. Like, hi. If I had something, an SD card in it, it would save. But it's cool. It is really cool, and I know that this has a ton of horsepower that's just completely being untapped. Honestly, one of the things I think would make it really good is if the dang keyboard was available, because having a keyboard on this would be fantastic, because I just like, it's so small. It's so small. Let me just, comparison, this is an iPhone 13 mini. Look at that. It's smaller than the mini by like an absurd amount. Actually, you know what I can do? I have them. I have hand measuring tools. I thought. Boop, boop, boop. Measuring tools. So you can see it's like 4 inches by 2 inches. It's little. It's just a little guy, which is super cool, but it makes it really hard to do stuff with. I did get these little MMCX2 SMA adapters, and they do work pretty good. My main problem with this is everything I read said that you can, what do you call it? You can use the external antennas, but there has to be a GPIO pin triggered, because there's an internal antenna switch inside that switches between the internal antenna and the external antenna, and I couldn't find that setting in the firmware, so I don't know how to use the external antenna. With it didn't make a difference. So like, I got this is pretty cool. It clicks in there, and it's pretty solid, like when it's attached. It feels really good, and it's kind of cool. So you got one for that, and then there is another one you can get for your 2.4 gig. That's the Wi-Fi / Bluetooth dingus. So you can have that, and then get a little Wi-Fi antenna on there, so you can have like the most ridiculous looking cell phone setup in the whole world. And then it does just kind of like pull out, which is, it's cool. I mean, I think it's nice. I don't know what the amount of times you can push it in and pull it out and do all that stuff is kind of funky. So but yeah, so that's just my overview. I just like, I really wanted one of these, and then when I saw the whole video on all the things it can do, it is cool. It is very cool. It doesn't, it's not done. It's not done. And that's it's like, it's not a problem for anything. It's just like, it's not quite there yet, you know? And we're so close. We're so close. But I do have some other cool stuff I'm going to go over with you guys. I've been trying out a bunch of new firmwares on the T-Dex. So that'll be pretty cool. But, so yeah, there's our little T-Display P4. I'll put this on here, that way we can get a little angle of the dangle so you guys can see stuff. But yeah, pretty sick. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. I mean, I'll give you what I can. I played with it for a while, you know, and it just, you know, I never felt like I needed it. You know, I never felt like, hey, let me grab my T-Display. And it's not hardware for sure. It's software. I'm stupid, so I don't know how to make software do smart guy stuff. So that's kind of where we ended. But yeah, so that's it. Let me know if you guys need anything. All right, or later.